Hi, I'm Rachel from 7 in All, and today I'm coming to you with some nerdy baby book recommendations. The whole time I was pregnant, before either of my sons were born, I said, I want to have a nerd baby. This was my ultimate dream, because I am a very nerdy homeschooler myself. I love learning, and that's just something I wanted for my kids. And I do realize that you can't necessarily pick the kind of kids you have. Maybe my kids won't turn out to be very nerdy themselves, and that's okay. I will accept it. But when I choose the books that I buy them, I can definitely choose books that I tend to like. Now, before I had very little kids, I didn't even know how many awesome nerdy books for board books and baby books that they have these days. I kind of thought it was what I remembered from when I was a kid, of rather boring, just colors and shapes and very simple board books. But I have been pleasantly surprised to find out how many really cool and fun board books there are. And yes, I'll admit these book recommendations are more for the parent and the parent's personality than for the baby themselves, necessarily. But hey, at this age, who's reading the book 50 to 100 times? It's me. So I'm gonna pick books that I like and that I can appreciate the topic and the humor. So these are my nerdy board book recommendations for babies. And the first one I got is ABCs of Biology. I think we got this for my first son's first Christmas, and this is quite fun. I actually think it's really smart. They have basically 3 levels of information in it. With the youngest babies, you can just go through and just read the title. C is for cell. But then if your kid is slightly older, you can read the title, and then you can read this information right here. Cells are the building blocks of all living things. And then if your kid is even a little bit older, you can go into the whole paragraph at the bottom of the page. So it's kind of like a 3-level book, so you can actually end up learning something. It's not just G is for glucose, although that is also cool. So this is actually part of a series, Baby University. I haven't been able to get any of the other books in the series yet. I haven't been able to find them in stores. I think you can order them online, but they very cool. I wouldn't say that this is my son's favorite book yet. We're still working on it. But it is very fun for me to read, and the nerdy side definitely comes out with this one. So you can look into other books from the series. I think they have ones related to sciences and maths, and all at a board book level for babies. This is a newer one for us, so we're actually getting in some history. I am not a very specific kind of nerdy. I'm just general nerdy. So science, math, history, and especially literature, but we'll get to that. This is a historical one. This Little President, a presidential primer. And then they have different pages focusing on various different presidents. We don't have all 40 presidents, but you know the famous ones: Adams, Jefferson, Lincoln, Grant. We have a variety of presidents in this one. It's very cute, very well done, and starting to get those presidents' names in. Oh, the last page is actually they have the portraits and the names of all the presidents. So if you're a little rusty from your memorization of school days, you can always look back at this and remember all of them. And then we're moving on to literature, which probably is my biggest area of nerdiness, is in books, language, and literature. So we have both Baby Lit, which I think this series is very, very famous, very well known, and also the Cozy Classics series. Now, both of these series are tackling classic literature, but putting it into a board book format, but they do it in very different ways. Baby Lit tends to use a classic book, a classic work of literature, and then they choose some kind of theme out of it, like an educational theme for babies, such as shapes or feelings or different themes. This one is friendship is the theme of it for a little princess, and they just bring out themes from that, and they kind of use the characters or the art or some general theme from the book, but it's more of a typical baby book in some sense, that it's covering one type of theme for little kids. These books, on the other hand, try to tell the actual story. They actually follow the plot of the novel through the pictures and by just having one word on each page. But I think the pictures do a very good job of covering kind of the whole overarching story of the book. And when you know the book very well, it's actually really easy to use these cozy classics to tell your kid a very Cliff's Notes version of the tale just by using the pictures. Or you can just read the word in different ways. I love this series. I think Baby Lit is really cool. I only have one of theirs so far because I've also had trouble finding these in actual bookstores, and where I live I can't really order books online very easily. And I have a few more of these. I have 5. If I could find them all, I would probably buy every book in this series because I love them that much. I have The Nutcracker, Great Expectations, War and Peace, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, and Moby Dick. And my son has really loved these. These have been very popular in our story times. And I would say between Baby Lit and Cozy Classics, I prefer, as a nerd, the way that they're really kind of introducing the actual full storyline just through these sets of pictures and words. And I do like this style. Cozy Classics also has a little series for Star Wars, which we do own those books, but I don't have them with me right now. But they have 3 books that cover the original 3 Star Wars movies, and those are a lot of fun as well. So these are just some of my favorite nerdy board books. So I hope that these recommendations are helpful for you if you are a nerdy parent, or if you're looking for gift ideas for some people that are expecting a baby and you want some board books that are a little bit more on the interesting side, because we end up reading these books hundreds of times, if not thousands of times. The Cozy Classics might be in the thousands by now. Some of these we have read 10 times a day at least during some stretches of our son's life. So we have a lot of fun with nerdy board books. Thank you for watching this video. If you appreciate our content and would like more of the types of videos that our creative and adventurous homeschooling family makes, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and also subscribe to 7 in All. Thank you for watching. Bye.